Good evening. Loretta Lynn here from Be Yogaful and Heartful You Yoga. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're watching live or a replay, please comment below, say hi, let me know where you're watching from, where you're from, if you've done yoga before. And we are going to get started here in just a minute. I'm getting the Zoom set up. So welcome. And this will be a relatively short practice, a nice evening one. Should be relatively easy for both kids and adults. And I'll give you some modifications as we go through. It's always good to have a nice little routine for yourself and for your kids to help you both settle down for the night, helps them calm down, and it's a good bonding time as well. And I wish I was able to do this when my daughter was younger, but now hopefully she'll do it with her daughter, and I'll do it with my granddaughter when I go down there. So let's see if anybody else is going to join us. Forgot how I did that now. I guess when somebody pops on, then we'll have someone there. See, it's still a minute before 8. So hope your bellies are full and you haven't eaten for a little while at least. And it's been a pretty nice day out. I see the sun is still up, getting ready to set. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to pull together a bedtime story, but I do have a short little quote that I want to read at the end of our practice tonight. It's just real short. I'll read that during our Shavasana. This practice I actually did a few weeks ago for the first time. I think I kind of did it on my channel. It was not too bad. It was my first one without all the practice I've had and exposure and learning to be a teacher. So this has been very exciting and enjoyable. I don't even know this. Is it itching? Must have company coming. Okay, about a minute after. I may have to cut some of this out before I post it to my page. I hope to be doing regular practices during the week, live or recorded here on Facebook and on Zoom. So please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I have a new YouTube channel, so I'm slowly starting to upload some videos. I need to delete a couple that are some old ones up there from a different page. So feel free to comment, let me know what kind of yoga practice you use or you practice that you're interested in. If you're interested in something specific for some health concerns like low back pain, or maybe overcoming an injury. Tomorrow night I'm doing a restorative yoga class, and I will also be doing some other specialty niche yoga classes in the near future, from morning wake-ups to afternoons to stress release, also yoga for the face. Working on another one right now, an anti-aging yoga practice, and of course aromatherapy, and there's lots of themes, lots of different yoga practices we can work on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll keep an eye out in case anybody pops on here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And like I said, go ahead and get started. We're going to go to our mat here. And if you need, I hurt my toe tonight, so it's kind of hard to work on my toe. If you need any modifications, This is a pretty easy practice, so there's really not a lot that you'll need. But if you do have problems with your knees, you're always welcome to use maybe a towel or a blanket, fold that out and put it under your knees. Gives you some extra support because we will be working in a seated position this evening. I also occasionally will use a folded towel. I like to use that for my wrists to help remind me to keep my wrists elevated. So for those of you who have any health concerns such as carpal tunnel, we always want to remember to put our weight into the upper palms of our hands between the thumb and the forefinger and into all of the front fingers. So it takes a little practice sometimes if you're not familiar with that to get that done. So we're going to start in easy pose, which is basically just like this. As kids call this crisscross applesauce. And this is sometimes how we like to start. It's a great way to meditate. It's a great way to let our body know that, hey, we're coming into practice. It's time to calm down, time to relax and release a lot of that tension that we have from the day. So we're going to go ahead and practice with our breathing. We're just going to do some nice gentle breathing right now, just paying attention to how we're breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In, out. And you might want to slowly deepen it as you inhale, maybe count to 4 or 5. Feel the cool air going down your throat into your diaphragm. And once it gets down there, hold it for a couple of seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhaling it. We call that blocking, where you count going the equal amounts of inhaling, holding it, and exhaling. And that's a great technique to use when you're doing vinyasas. I use it a lot when I'm bike riding and exercising. It helps give me a little bit extra, really bringing that oxygen into my cells. Maybe you're a little tense in the shoulders, so as we're inhaling, maybe your shoulders are coming up, and then exhaling, letting them drop. Inhale one more time. And exhaling. Now we're going to slowly come onto our knees into cat-cow position or tabletop. We want your knees about hip width apart, and your wrists should be under your shoulders with your spine straight like a table. And your head should be forward, so your crown is towards the front of the mat, so you're lengthening your spine. And first we're going to dip our bellies down towards the mat, lifting our hip bones up and our head up, just like cow position. Inhale and clawing down through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest and really round out your shoulder blades like this. Arching your back, bringing your tailbone down and exhaling, bringing the navel to the spine, and then slowly inhaling again, looking forward, shoulders back, exhaling, rounding out the shoulders, tucking the tailbone down and navel to spine. Inhale, and exhale. Couple more, inhale. It's a great flexion and extension for the spine. Okay, now we're going to slowly bring it to stillness here in tabletop and just kind of rotating back and forth a little bit. Find your balance. And we're going to use the tops of your feet and your hands, and we're going to slowly hover, lifting your knees up with your core, looking down at your mat, and release slowly with control. Excellent. Now we're going to bring our right leg out. On an inhale, you're going to go out, extend it out, and then exhale back, inhale out, exhale back. One more, inhale, out. Exhale, back. And since I'm up against the wall here, I'm going to turn around because you stay the way you are. And we're going to do the left side. We're going to inhale, bring it out. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, extend to the left. Exhale, bring it back. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Now we're going to do some hip circles. So with your wrists still under your shoulders and your knees about hip width apart, we're going to slowly do a little circle with our hips. Forwards, nice and slow. Breathing. Once you've gone a few times one way, we're going to turn around and go the other direction. This is great for your hip flexors, your balance, helps clear the mind. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to do what we call the fire hydrant. And then I'm sure you know what that is. It's like a dog. We're going to lift up the leg, extend it out and down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. Excellent. Let's do a couple more of these. Helps lengthen and the inner thighs. And you might want to keep your crown down, your drishti, your eyes towards your mat, so not to crank the neck. And then I'll turn around so I don't hit the wall here. Now I feel like a dog. Okay. Regrounding yourself. Up, out. Do this a couple of times. So relax and lengthen out those legs and your glutes. Okay, now we're going to what we call thread the needle. We're going to take one arm up, reach up towards the sky, and then slowly bring it down and thread it through, and coming down onto your shoulder and relaxing like this. And just breathe. Relax your shoulders down. And slowly coming back up with control to your tabletop position. Now come this way. Whoops, wait a minute. Had it right the first time, didn't I? Okay. Now we're going to do the left side. Reach up towards the sky as far as you can. That's comfortable. Slowly bring your arm back, threading it through and resting your shoulder on the mat. And you can leave your arm up like this. You can extend it to give a nice little stretch on the side here, or you can bring it around to your back for even more of a stretch in the trapezius up here. So whatever you're comfortable with, keeping your feet, your legs parallel, and then bringing that back up. And then we're going to put our big toes together, put our knees as wide as the mat, sit back on your heels and extend into child's pose. Resting, if you're able to, go ahead and rest your head on your mat. You can use your hands. You can use a block if you like. And if you can reach the mat with your forehead, go ahead and just roll your forehead left to right. And that's a really nice massage for your forehead. It's also very good if you have allergies and issues like that. And really sink down into your mat with your tailbone and your thighs, giving a nice big stretch to your spine. And we're going to slowly come back up into easy pose, sitting crisscross again. Bring our hands to our heart. You can either leave your eyes open or you can close them if you like. We're just going to focus on our breathing. Really slowing it down. On the next inhale, go ahead and put your arms, spread your arms left to right, Tennessee sweet tea, as I like to call it. And we're going to inhale, bring them up and overhead. Exhale, bring them all the way down to the mat. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way back down. One more, inhale. And exhale. And we're going to bring them up. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe massaging those shoulders or your trapezius a little bit. Sitting up nice and straight, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Relaxing your sits bone all the way down into your mat, grounding. Bring your arms wide again, and then crisscross the other way. The opposite arms on top, and give yourself a nice little hug. Great, thank you for showing up for yourself today. Thank you for showing up on the mat. Now we're going to sit with our legs out straight in staff position. This is called staff. We sit up nice and straight from the hip bones up, and the legs flexing the feet. We're going to go ahead and bring the right leg in first and give it a nice big hug. And we're going to stretch that one back out. Bring the other one in. Give that one a nice big hug. And then stretch that one back out. One more time on this side, but while we're up here, we're going to go ahead and hug that knee in, twist a little over to the right, and just give us a nice little gentle twist for the spine, for the hips. Sitting up nice and straight. And then slowly bring it back to center. Extend your right leg, bring your left leg back in. Give that one a nice big squeeze. Sitting up nice and tall, then slowly grabbing it with the opposite elbow, looking back over the other shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathe in and out. Inhale, come back to center. Put the legs back out. We're going to come back into easy pose. With your hands, palms together over your heart. Going to breathe here. Just letting go of the stress from the day, letting go of the tension. You might want to take your head down to your chin to your chest. Inhale as you exhale. Roll it over to the right side, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, rolling it back. Left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, bringing it down and forward again, making a nice big circle. Carve a big circle with your nose. Now turn and go the other way, reverse that circle. Now we're going to take our wrists and give our wrists a little rotate. Rotate our wrists in circles. Nice little break, maybe a little massage them a little bit. And we're going to come back. Doing great, we're almost done. We're going to come lay back very gently, roll it back. We're going to come into happy baby. Lay flat on your back, bring your knees up to your chest, then reaching between your legs. You can grab either the inside arches or you can grab the outsides of your feet. And we're going to just roll a little bit on our back, massaging our lower back, our spine, our sacrum. And happy baby. This feels really good, especially if you've been sitting all day. And for people who maybe spend a lot of time in the car, or if you've just been working in the kitchen and you've got a garden and stooped over a lot. Okay, slowly bring your feet down to the mat. You're going to extend one leg out and then the other. And you're going to bring the left leg up and over, and bending it, coming into a nice little twist, putting your arms out to the sides, either 45 degree or 90 degree, and look in the opposite direction. Nice supine twist. Okay, slowly coming back to center. extending that leg out, bringing the right leg out. And we're going to rotate to the other side. Need some tight muscles today. Been sitting at the computer all day. And when you're ready, slowly come back to center, extending both legs out to the foot of your mat, as wide as the mat, nice and comfy. Rolling your shoulder blades under your heart space, opening up your pecs, and what I call angel wings. You can bring your arms out at 45 degrees, or you can bring them all the way out to your sides. Closing your eyes for Shavasana, for resting pose. And just let your muscles and your bones relax into your mat. Feel your thighs, your glutes sinking down, and your chest, your arms, and your head. Make sure you're not tense, holding or gripping anywhere. Your toes are loose. Maybe your feet are laying on their sides. Relax your jaw and relax your forehead. Get all the crinkles out. And while you're in Shavasana, I'm going to go ahead and read this little quote for you. There is a quiet light that shines in every heart. It draws no attention to itself, though it is always secretly there. It is what illuminates our minds to see beauty, our desire to seek possibility, and our hearts to love life. Without this subtle quickening, our days would be empty and wearisome, and no horizon would ever awaken our longing. Our passion for life is quietly sustained from somewhere in us that is wedded to the energy and excitement of life. This shy inner light is what enables us to recognize and receive our very presence here as blessing. We enter the world as strangers who all at once become heirs to a harvest of memory, spirit, and dream that has long preceded us and will now enfold, nourish, and sustain us. The gift of the world is our first blessing. So with that, you can stay in your Shavasana pose for a few minutes longer if you like, or you can come up to easy sitting pose with me. Either way, bring your palms together at your heart and lowering your gaze or keeping your eyes closed. I'd like to thank you for joining me here today. I hope to see you in future classes. Thank you for sharing your time. I hope this has been helpful. And you take with you what you learn on the mat into the world, because it is a wonderful place and there are thousands of people just like you all over the world doing the same thing. And with that, we say, Namaste.